Hi Libra, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Libra, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do a reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, Libras, hope you guys are doing well. Let's get started with your reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Libra, 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 Libra. All right, Libra, see what's going on. All right, two cards for Libra for the highest good spirit. Two cards for Libra. Wow. All right. So you have surrendering to the journey, release control. Definitely. Like, just let everything come in. Stop trying to control things. Stop just, trying to force things, to happen. Just let everything come in. Okay, guys? Just let it come in. Go with the changes. Go with the flow. Because even if you don't, it's still going to come in. It's just going to, go boom, so just go with everything that's coming in. You have unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be. So even if you thought that everything that's happening was like torture, why is this happening to me? Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do that? Spirit is here to tell you that you are definitely in the right place. This is what everything that's supposed to happen. Okay, so you are definitely on the right place, on the right path. So nice. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So, Libra, do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Libra, 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 Libra. All right. All right, Libra. Whew. Thank you, Spirit. One for the current. One for the situation, one for the past, one for the this is the past or now, this is for what's hidden, and this is for the hopes and fears. This is for what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. Wow. All right. All right. So, you start off with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands talking about there's fast movement coming through for you. Things are going to start moving very fast. Things are manifesting quickly. There's quick decisions being made. Also, I feel like you're traveling. There's messages coming through. Also, a lot of change. So be expecting that. You have the Empress here. The Empress for the situation is saying that you need to be more nurturing, more loving towards yourself, towards other people. There could be some kind of abundance coming in. Maybe you're looking at your finances, something like that. We'll see. Then you have the past or now. Going through a big transition. You're leaving things behind. You're releasing the baggage, going to better times. So it's good. Very nice. Very nice. Then you have the Four of Swords up here for the for what's hidden. You really need to take some time to rest, to relax, to meditate, whatever, to renew yourself, to have some kind of peace of mind. You have the King of Cups here, and they want you to keep your balance emotionally balanced. Keep your emotions emotionally balanced. Sorry. Have compassion. Have compassion. Be the leader you are, but really have, I just feel like you need to have compassion and forgiveness here. And then you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is here for what you need to do now. The High Priestess is asking you to use your intuition to really, because you have a knowing. You really have a knowing. You have a calling. You have, this gift that, there's a reason why you are looking at tarot readings. There's a reason why you look at this, and it's just not the person that you're related to, or, you know who this person is. It's something here that's making you see, and you continuously come back to see, so it's like you're searching for an answer. They're asking you to trust your inner knowing, okay, your intuition. And then you're looking also to, I feel like you're looking at your morals and your values over again. You have the World for what you need to work on, and you have completed a cycle. You're working on this new beginning coming towards you, because you do have a lot of swords here. There is a new cycle coming through. Are you going to take this cycle and do something different, or are you just going to stay in the same place, is what they're asking. You have the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups is talking about regret, disappointment, a loss or grief, the decisions that you've made, you continuously look down on it, so we'll see. We'll see why it's here. All right, so Libra, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be, for Libra, sorry. Just hit my knee. I just hit my knee. Hello. All right, so here we go. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. All right, so take what resonates with you, Libra, and leave the rest. Why is the Eight of Wands here for Libra? For their highest good. One more card. Wow. Wow, I knew that. Wow, it all added up to it. Okay, so you do have the thank you, Spirit. You do have the Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Wands says that you are definitely going through, there's going to be a lot of changes. Not only is this here, okay, the Eight of Wands is about moving forward towards this new cycle to better things, right? But you have the Tower card here, okay? So things are going to change more. If you thought that they've changed, they're changing more, so be ready. And I don't mean that in a bad sense either. I just feel like, you're going through a lot of changes because you are going through a huge transformation. You've been going through it. People have fallen out of your life. People have come into your life. People have, you're doing things a lot different than you used to. You're not the same person that you used to be, but there's fast movement here. Things are going to change very quick. Whatever you're thinking about, it's starting to manifest coming in. I feel like there's traveling here. I feel like you're going to be making quick decisions. I feel like there's also messages trying to come through for you. So pay attention. Look at your emails, your texts, whatever it is. There's some kind of message coming in for you. You have the Tower, so there is a lot of change coming in. Changes, unexpected changes. You have the Page of Pentacles also with this. There could be a change to your finances. There could also be that there could be opportunities around you. I would say that there's opportunity around you. And then I also too, I feel like you could be wanting to learn something. You're very curious about, doing this or doing that, but you're wanting to learn something. I feel like there is definitely there's a message trying to come through to you. I don't know what it is, but there's a message coming in. There's some kind of news coming in for you. So just be ready. Use your finances wisely also. You have the Empress card here. Why is the Empress here for Libra? One more card. Wow. Okay, so you do have the Empress card here. Like I said, you're very nurturing, compassion. Really have that forgiveness, have that compassion. There's a lot of growth here. There's, some kind of abundance. Maybe you're worried about your finances, not having enough, because you do have the Five of Pentacles here along with that Five of Cups. So there is something here that you're worried about. You could be worried that, you're struggling with your finances, or, you're looking at them. And I also feel like you're alone. You feel like you're alone. You feel like you've been abandoned. I feel like you feel like, lonely, that yes, you're around people, but you're just not, it's not the same anymore. It's not, nothing has been the same, and it's not going to, but trust me, it's not, because you're still going through a lot more changes. You're going through a healing, and, as much as we want to change our path and we want to, just say, oh, screw it, come into my life, or come back, I'll apologize, I'll do, as much as you want that, you can't, because that's not you. You're not going to do that. You're going to just keep going what you're doing, and you're going to be healing. You may feel alone or abandoned or lonely, or even feeling like it's not the same, but you're going to stick with it, because that's just the way Libras are, I also feel with the Knight of Pentacles that for you need to just come in, like everything's going to come in for you. You work hard, you work very hard for everything that you achieve, but you're stressing out over little things, and you need to know that all your efforts are going to pay off sooner or later. They will. Okay. just have patience. Have patience. Let everything just come in. Let everything is. It's here in the card. You know, surrendering to it. Just go with the changes, and that's what they're meaning. You know, go with all this change. You know, because you don't know how the changes are going to change more of your life, and you know, don't be afraid of it. You know, just go with it. Go with it. You do have the Six of Swords here for now or the past, and I do believe it's now. You are definitely leaving a lot of things behind. You know, changes. You're changing in a lot of ways. You know, like I said, you know, better times are here. You know, just keep pushing forward. You know, that's all you can do. You know, keep pushing forward. Go through this healing, rest. You know, take care of yourself better. You know, think about yourself now. Start thinking about yourself. Start doing things for yourself. You have the Four of Swords up here for the rest. I mean, the Four of Swords for the what's hidden. Why is the Four of Swords here? Spirit, thank you, Spirit. All right, so definitely, you know, it's like, okay, so, all right, okay, so I'm getting a lot of messages here. Okay, so just okay, rest. Let me start from the beginning. Let's start resting. Okay, rest. You know, you need to rest. You need to rest your mind, your body, your soul. You need to find some kind of solitude. You need just to rest and let go of everything that has been holding you back. Try to let go of it. You know, stop thinking about everything that has happened and just keep going forward. Okay, rest. It's time to rest because everything's coming around. The holidays are coming. It's going to be more stressful. You're going to start feeling more. You're also going through healing and you're going through this huge transformation. So just be ready. Rest is my advice to you. Find that quietness, because you will be able to find your answers that way. You are contemplating a decision very soon. You have the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, and one here. You know, the Two of Swords is saying that, you know, you're trying to contemplate a decision, but without rest, without feeling good, without clearing your mind, you're not going to be able to find the answers. Really, really clear your mind, okay? Go within and meditate and really see things for what they are. It's like almost as if you don't want to see things. You know, it's like almost as if, you know, you're watching a movie, you're watching your movie. But when it gets to that part where you don't want to see it, you turn it off. And it's like, I don't want to see it. I just want to keep doing what I don't want to go, you know. And you really need to really start seeing things clearer, more better, okay? And then you have the Two of Wands. You're making plans. You're trying to make plans for the future. You're trying to make plans, different kind of plans. You know, you need to have patience, and you just need to just keep going. I feel like there's traveling here. I feel like, you know, I feel like you just need to find your patience with everything. You know, like keep your emotions controlled. Really try to do that. And I do feel like you're just trying to figure things out. But in order for you to figure things out, Libra, you need to take some time for yourself and really go within. Just let go of that past. Let go of that regret. Let go of that feeling worried, you know, or feeling down, you know. It's done. It's over with. Now you got to move forward, okay? You have the King of Cups here for the hopes and fears. Why is the King of Cups here? One more card. Yep, you're going through that healing. So you do have the King of Cups, like I said, you know, keep your emotions balanced, you know, try not to get angry at somebody that has nothing to do with the situation. Just keep going forward, okay? And stop, you know, getting into trying to just like be mad. Don't be mad at the world, in other words. Just keep going, okay? They're asking you to really, really, you know, start focusing on things because there's been opportunities around you just didn't want to see them or take them. You know, you're very disconnected. You know, it's like almost as if, you know, you're just looking out there and just like, oh, well, you know, oh, okay, you know. And you really need to start paying attention, okay, because you want these opportunities, but you're just not really looking. You're not focused. And I feel like you're just going through this healing right now. I feel like you really are going through a healing, you know, because you're thinking of a lot of things. you're going to start feeling better. You want to feel better. The star card is here and it's saying, you will start feeling better because there is going to be a lot of success for you, but you just need to go through this process, and we're all different. Some of us don't even go through the process because we've already been through it. And most of us are just barely starting the process. And then some of us are right in the middle of it, like really going through it, So, just know that you are going through healing, and you will overcome it because you're a Libra. You always do. Okay. You will. You keep going. And I do feel like there is a lot of success, and I do feel like you just have to go through this process. You have the High Priestess here, and why is the High Priestess here? One more card. Wow. All right, so you do have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is about inner knowing. Your intuition, start using it. Start using it, okay? Trust it. It's an inner power that you have, you're just like, but you need to start using it. Like, like if you know that you're doing something and you feel like you need to stop, well, then stop. Okay. If you feel like you shouldn't turn this way, then don't turn that way. Start trusting and using your intuition. Okay. Cause that is a gift that we all have that some of us don't even know that we have. They just say, oh, I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't be here. Well, that's your intuition. Hello. You do have the Devil card here. The Devil is saying that there are times that sometimes you go back to these patterns. You go back to these patterns. You see this Devil card here, and this man, he has his head in his shoulder, he's got his hands on his face, looking down, right? You're continuously doing the same routine over and over. Sometimes you feel trapped. Sometimes you feel like I do this, I'm trying to do this, but is this really what I want? Am I really happy here? Am I really happy with everything that's going on? Am I really happy? And sometimes you just need to ask yourself that, and sometimes you just need to go leave those old patterns behind. Like be adventurous. Go out there and do something different. Go out there, instead of eating at the same place every morning, why don't you make breakfast? Instead of eating, getting up, and doing the same thing over and over, do something different, get out of the routine that you're in. Try to break that cycle. Try to break that pattern, because you're going back to it. You constantly go back to it, and you constantly feel the way you feel. Like trapped. Okay, so wow. And then you have the Magician, and if you're in the stage right now where you are manifesting quickly. Whatever you're thinking, it's going to come in. I want to be able to exercise. I want to be able to walk a mile. I want to be able to do this or eat this. I want to buy, I want to be able to buy this. You manifest things quickly, Libra, and it's time that you start manifesting. You're in the mode, so it's time to do it. Okay, you want victory and success? Manifest it. You know what? I'm gonna be successful in what I'm doing. I'm gonna get a promotion. I'm gonna start my new side job, whatever. Whatever it is. I'm just giving out examples. Really, it's time, because you are very powerful. You have all the tools to manifest what you want to create, what you want to do, and what you want to create. But think positive. Get away from this negativity. Get away from all these old patterns that you continuously do. Get away from that blindfold that you don't want to see. Because until we start dealing with everything that's in our lives, that's when everything starts shifting around. So remember that. And then you have the World card here. And why is the World here for Libra? Oh, wow. Okay, thank you, Spirit. See, there is a new cycle coming in for you with the World card here, and it's good because you need this. You really do. There's a new chapter. Start fresh. Use it. Start doing things differently. Start doing things. Take care of yourself. Start loving yourself. Do things for yourself. Not because somebody else wants you to do it. Not because, we're going to go here because they can't do this or they can't do that. Do it for yourself. Use this cycle to do something different. use this cycle to put, start working on your ideas or your projects. Start using it, start doing that, because I'm telling you, it's like there's happiness here, there's success here, but it's up to you to start doing this. Okay, you have the Seven of Swords here. They're asking you to be honest with yourself. Really be honest. Really start being honest with yourself, okay? Because this is a card of deceit, but when you get it with this card and this other card, they want you to start being honest with yourself. You could also be like not caring, or even just keeping secrets, whatever it is that you're going through, or whatever it is that you have been through, whatever it is, cheating, betrayal, gossiping, whatever it is, two-faced, or somebody played you, whatever it is, you're leaving it. You're going to go forward, and you're not going to stay there. And that's what they want you to do, because you do also have the Six of Swords here. When you get the Six of Swords, trust me, you're leaving things behind. You're going through this huge transition where you don't want things the same anymore. You're leaving it. You're moving on. Better times are trying to come in for you. So use this new cycle. Change your ways. Change your patterns. And then you have the Five of Cups for the outcome. Why it's Five of Cups here? Wow. All right. So you have the Empress card again, because you have it here again, right here. So, and then you have the High Priestess here again. So, interesting, huh? So, but you start off with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is saying that, you're still holding on to that regret. You're still holding on to it. As long as you hold on to this regret, it's going to be hard for you to move forward. Try to let it go. Try your best to let it go. Forgive yourself for everything that has happened, or forgive that other person that whatever they did. Let it go. Let it go. You don't even have to talk to that person. You don't even have to, just say it from your heart. I forgive them. I don't want nothing against them. I let it go. I let it go. I let go of my past. I let it go of these decisions that I've made. I let it go. And that's what's something that you need to do, because you need to leave this regret behind. You're not focusing. You're really not focusing. You're very disappointed. You feel lost. You feel, down. You feel, and you don't need to be that way. Take care of yourself, okay? Because when you get in this mode, it's like it's overpowering your mind, and you really need to leave that. You have the Empress here. The Empress is talking about, nurturing yourself, loving yourself. There's growth here. There's even abundance trying to come in for you. But you need to have patience for everything, okay? I feel like there could be somebody around you that's pregnant also. So it could be you or somebody around you that's pregnant. Trust your intuition, okay? Really use that intuition in the things that you're doing. Really trust your gut feeling, because you need to, because you have that. You really do have that gift, and you need to start using it or bringing it out, okay? Wow. Or trust that gut feeling. All right, so Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. God bless.